Being reported that the San Diego Padres have traded for Tommy Pham and Jake Cronenworth, and the Rays are going to be receiving Hunter Renfroe and highly touted prospect second baseman Xavier Edwards, who currently is the 72nd ranked player in baseball as far as prospects are concerned. He was the third ranked player in the organization for the San Diego Padres, and he's been absolutely destroying it down in the minors so far. Now, when you take a look at this, San Diego, they was the 5th worst team from an on-base percentage standpoint last season, and it was 3rd worst in average. And when you talk about playing at Petco, a pitcher-friendly ballpark, what's more important than getting on base? You can't rely on the long ball playing at Petco. You got to rely on guys getting on base, and that is why you look at this trade, and it's exactly what they needed. You look at a guy like Tommy Pham, he's been over 350 on that on-base percentage each of the last 3 seasons. That's a huge upgrade from what they had when they're sending Renfroe out the door here. And he's been a career 277 hitter. And you take a look, the one thing you look at, well, he is 32, but it's a 1-year deal plus arbitration if you're following that. So 2 years of team control here for the Padres. I think the bigger surprise here might be the Tampa Bay Rays being sellers here. Pham, like we just said, 1 year left on that contract, arbitration eligible after this season. Something a team like the Rays love seeing because they don't, they don't have the budget, the payroll to sign big name guys to huge contract, not big name guys, but just big contracts in general. And you look at this Rays team with playoff aspirations again this year. It's kind of surprising you see them trade a guy like this away, but at the same time, as much as we can look at Renfroe and question what they're, what they're getting in Renfroe, we already know what they're getting in his second baseman. You never know what prospects can be though at the end of the day until they make it to the majors. He looks promising. That looks like a good return there, but you never know with Renfroe as well. As much as you might be counting this guy out, keep in mind, we brought up the Petco thing. This guy hit 33 bombs last season. Granted, he batted in the low 200s. Maybe you take that power to a place like Tampa, you take that power to somewhere that isn't Petco. Maybe he hits you 40 home runs this year. Maybe. You're asking for a lot, I guess, right? But he's still 27. You look at him, he's not that old. He's still got, room to improve here. And maybe he brings a good season for Tampa Bay and he helps them out. But I think at the end of the day, when you're Tampa Bay, you're looking at this and you got to do what you have to do to continue to keep the train rolling. And when you're Tampa, it's building from within. That's what they do. They want to keep the guys under team control. You hope this second baseman and Xavier Edwards can turn out to be a difference maker for this team down the road. And again, you have them under team control. We brought it up. Tampa is one of those places they have to. They don't really have a choice. If they want to be competitive, they have to do, they have to bring guys up through the system. They don't have that money like some of these other ball clubs do to go out there and spend and keep these guys around. That's their goal. That's how they've continued to be a successful team over these years, is continuing to build it from within. And I think that's what's happening here. You're looking at Tommy Pham like, well, can we do without him this year? Maybe 1 or 2 years in hopes that we get another guy that, can give us 5, 6, 7 years of great production in the future here. I think that's what Tampa Bay is looking at here, because they're, at the end of the day, they're a playoff team.